Hello, everyone! Today, I'll be showing you how to use a laser cutter to create a doubling cube. The first step is to cut out the parts using the laser cutter. Let's get started. First, let's set up the laser cutter. Raise the processing table and bring the laser to the desired position. Place the board on the table and adjust the laser focus. Can you see a small red dot on the surface of the wooden material? Adjust the height of the table so that this red dot converges to a single point. When focusing, ensure that the light converges to a single point on the wood. The ideal position is where the metal part leaned against the laser is about to fall. Adjust the table using the button, making small increments until you reach the proper position. Pressing the button in small increments is the key. Next, transfer the design you've created from the PC to the laser cutter. The design is created as a vector file using software like Illustrator. By setting the print destination to the laser cutter and printing, the design is transferred to the laser cutter software. Here is the laser cutter software, and now the data has been sent. By pressing the eye icon, you can review the processing image. Set the processing parameters, adjusting the power and speed of the laser. For this session, we've set the power to 100 for the red color we want to cut, with a speed of 1.2. For the black color we want to engrave, the power is set to 100, with a speed of 15. Connect the laser cutter software to the machine and transfer the processing data. However, there was an issue with the design this time. Be careful with color settings and line thickness when creating your design. Now, press the start button, and the laser processing begins. It's a moment filled with both anticipation and anxiety. The estimated processing time can be checked before starting the processing. Here, the expectation is 9 minutes and 38 seconds for the black engraving and 58 seconds for the red cutting. While actual times may vary slightly, the displayed times are generally accurate. Engraving along with the processing takes about 10 minutes for 8 parts. The result is a clean finish. Although there's a slight burn, it can be smoothed out later with sandpaper. When engraving a large area, there is a tendency for the engraving to be deeper even with the same processing parameters. Now, let's cut out the numbers. Be cautious because each color is processed separately. Planning the processing order to avoid misalignment is crucial. I have designed the numbers in blue and the cutting of the parts in red. If the cutting of the parts is executed first and the parts separate from the board, there is a risk of the laser focus shifting during the cutting of the numbers, resulting in a failed process. To avoid this, I am executing the cutting of the blue numbers first. When performing multiple cuts, it's crucial to pay attention to the processing order in this manner. Now that the cutting of the numbers is complete, we'll move on to cutting out the parts. We enable the cut for red and set the cut for blue to skip. Restarting the job, we'll begin processing the cut for the parts. Without changing the position of the material, we can process the cut without any misalignment issues. Having finished the processing, I enjoyed lunch. I relished a delicious meal of salted pork cutlet set. I returned to the workshop and organized the cut wooden parts. The parts have connection points, preventing them from separating from the board. Also, with a 0.5 mm connection point, they are easily detachable. This is a sample of a vector file. By incorporating small gaps throughout, it prevents the parts from falling apart after cutting. Though seemingly minor, including this in the design can significantly improve efficiency. When cutting numerous parts, it is advisable to consider incorporating this into your design. Great job, everyone! Now you know how to create a doubling cube using a laser cutter. Stay tuned for our next session. Thank you for watching this video. We are crafting backgammon doubling cubes with a laser cutter. Feel free to check out our Artful Backgammon Cubes store on eBay if you're interested.